On your home for the loudest rock, WSOU. It is 8 p.m., so you know what that means. It is time for Street Patrol. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
And we're here with a very special guest today, Christian Carson of Commonwealth.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me.
No
Thanks for
problem. Yeah, we're happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
So you just dropped an album yesterday, Vice Versa. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. It's my first solo record, so first thing outside of Commonwealth. It's got 9 tracks on it, and I did most of the album with Bumblefoot, who's rocked with Guns N' Roses for many years, and he's with Sons of Apollo and a few other bands. He's in so many different projects. But then we had JD from Black Label Society on the record, Sebastian Bach's son, Paris.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of cool people on it, and hopefully people dig it. It's my first solo debut, so.
That's so awesome. Yeah. What was it like working with so many talents on the album? I bet it was just amazing.
Oh, it was awesome. And Bumblefoot, he really took me under his wing, and he's just such a great guy. He's probably one of the nicest guys in this business, and I call him to myself. I never said it to him, but I call him a humble Bumble because because he's just such a humble guy and such a good-hearted person, and of course, an amazing talent. He's an incredible player.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he really added, to the record. And he played on about 4 or 5 tracks of the record. So
awesome. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It was really cool.
So what made you decide to go solo?
Well, Commonwealth we're still rolling, so I'm still active with Commonwealth. I just really kind of wanted to do something with a little bit less boundaries, even though Commonwealth, and I do 95% of the writing for Commonwealth anyway, so it's almost similar. But with this and the solo album, I was able to kind of get a little bit more into different sounds and different things and kind of try some more things out. Commonwealth has a little bit of an expected sound to it so far, and this was kind of just like an open canvas for me to just roll on,
You can really branch out and just kind of roll with the winds,
Absolutely.
Do whatever you're feeling.
No barriers, no boundaries. It was just really cool. Anything you felt like a song needed, you just gave it to it, and didn't hold back, so it was cool.
That's awesome. I'm sure the creative freedom. I bet it came off really well. I was listening to a couple of songs, so they sound really great.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully everybody digs it and feels the same way.
So what would you say, since you do so much of the work for Commonwealth and obviously on your solo stuff, what would you say is the biggest difference between this for listeners who have heard Commonwealth but haven't heard your new stuff yet?
Differences musically, in the sound?
Musically.
Well, Vice Versa just has so many different styles to offer, so I guess that would kind of be the big difference. Mm-hmm. Commonwealth is kind of, more always double bass driven, more metal, a little bit more screaming vocals and things like that. But on Vice Versa, there's really elements of everything. There's 2 tracks on this song where it's strictly just, on this record where it's just, 2 songs where it's strictly just acoustic.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we really get into everything. There's one with just orchestration and piano.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's some heavier stuff. The last song that we did for the record, called Hold On Me, had JD, Bumble, myself, and then Paris on drums, and it's more of a hard rocking tune, but killer. That one came out killer, and that's the final one that we did for the record, and it actually opens the album, so hopefully people dig that one too. Yeah, so it was a good time, but that's probably the biggest difference between the two is just having the freedom, like I said, to be able to really go into any style on Vice Versa and with my solo stuff,
Yeah, for sure. So you mentioned that you have so many different types of songs. How did you go about, is there any specific order that you put them in for listening? You're supposed to listen to the album, top to bottom, or are you kind of just supposed to pick out your songs since you are blending orchestras and, just regular tracks? Yeah, acoustic tracks.
There is, I definitely, when I set the track listing for the record, I definitely sat there and said, all right, well, what's it going to be like when you open this record up?
Right.
What's it going to be, how does it take you along this journey or whatever? And I place them in as best of a way that I can and that I, see. Mm-hmm. Somebody else might think of it in a different order,
Yeah,
and might like it in a different order. Especially nowadays with Spotify and everything, people just grab one single and play it. It's the middle of the album or the end of the album. But, if you listen to it straight through, consistently straight through, there's definitely a little journey I set you on. With
awesome.
The style of songs, for sure.
So definitely, everyone, when you get your record, make sure you listen to it top to bottom.
Yeah, do it old school way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the CD player out.
Yep.
All right. Well, if you guys are looking to hear some songs off Vice Versa, then stay tuned because we will be playing 3 tracks off the album at 9 p.m. So make sure you keep listening to hear more from Christian Carson. Up next.